Hello, Virgo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of June 28th through July 4th. And during that time, we have a full moon that comes in on the 30th. And of course, that's a time of heightened emotions. You might feel a little bit overwhelmed and irritable. You also might have changes in your sleeping patterns. That's something that I experience myself. So it is a good time for us to release any resentment or fear that we may have, or to practice patience and calm if that energy gets a little jittery. So keep those moon energies in mind. We then have the waning gibbous for the rest of the week. Of course, that's calmer. It's definitely a little bit more stable. You have time to be thoughtful and maybe a little bit more self-reflective and working towards our goals and aspirations that we set during the new moon. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Virgo. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is that your dreams need a practical plan. All right, let's see what the Virgo Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder this week for you, Virgo, is that you pay attention to the synchronicities that are going on around you all the time. So, there is a world that is happening that you may or may not have your eyes open to. I mean, there was a time, I think I've always been very well aware of certain synchronistic things, and it's kind of been a layer thing that as I learn things, it's like, oh, there's just a new awareness that comes about. So, but certainly being reminded that that world exists is something that has been very helpful to me also. So, if you're not someone that sees synchronistic things, just try to remind yourself a little bit every day. Like, just open your eyes and really look around. Sometimes we're just got blinders on and we're going through our day and we're not really look up. Sometimes you do need to look up. Like they say, stop and smell the roses, have a look around, see what's going on. That's where the synchronistic things lie. So that is my fun weekly reminder, is that you try to notice those things a little bit more this week. All right, let's get into this reading, Virgo. June 28th through July 4th. Your dreams need a practical plan. Your present energy right now is the Queen of Wands. So there's something that you're dreaming about that you're also very, very passionate about. And whatever that is, you might be in the realm where you really have a really good understanding of something, and it's something that lights your fire. It's something you're excited about. It's something you think about when you open your eyes in the morning. It's like, oh, I get to be a part of this thing or do this thing or something I'm very, very passionate about. But so make sure that we're just going to bring some practicality into that. Sometimes, if sometimes dreamers have dreams, and we're not as good as kind of pulling those practical things in to make those things come to fruition. Your current situation right now is the High Priestess. So you may be feeling, I was just talking about synchronicities. The High Priestess is the High Priestess of these sorts of things. She is definitely about understanding things that are coming in at an intuitive level. It's like, things, you're not even sure why you know it, but it's there. So this is kind of a double whammy. This is like an intuitive thing about this thing that you're so passionate about. And that's where those dreams come from. You have these ideas, and they're big, exciting ideas of wanting to do things and accomplish things, things that you're very excited about. But again, you need a practical plan to put those into play. And not always does the dreamer equal the doer. I've noticed, I definitely tend to be more of a dreamer than a doer in my own life. And I have to really reel that in, and also ask the advice of people that are doers, the people that do know how to get things done. It's like, well, how do I go about this? Um, where some of us dreamers, I tend to be like this too, a little bit scatterbrained and whatever. I just got really good ideas. How to implement them? Well, okay, that takes a little more work for me. That's a little harder. So make sure, if you do need that kind of help, look around you. There's probably someone around you that can help you focus and bring that into mind to get some sort of practical plan going. Those practical people, that they're around. I promise you. At the root of your situation is the Judgment card. So, you know, judgment is about a new awareness, right? We make judgments based on information, new information that comes in, things that we're learning, And this could be something, this could be some awareness that has come about that you've been very passionate about, and you're intuitively drawn to wanting to make a change. I'm almost getting like, when I think of things like politics, I think that this is someone who has, something has come to mind, something has changed, or some new awareness that they've learned in the world. And maybe it's some outrageous something that you're so passionate about. And the intuitive thing is for you to start an organization to stop something that's going on in the world, right? And so you're really passionate about it, but you're just not sure of what the steps are, right? And so that's where that practical person comes in. You find someone who is kind of aligned with you on this way, and in this way it could be, again, it's making me think of politics or just some injustice or something that's in the world that you want to do something about. You really are just feeling it so deeply. And that's just one example. Of course, this could be, tarot is a template, so it'll be different for different Virgos, but that's kind of the feeling that I get, is that something, you learn something and you really want to do something about it. You're just so um, passionate. You just have so much passion about it. In your recent past is the Justice card. So yeah, some sort of truth. I mean, look at this, truth and judgment. These things coming together. I mean, it's and now we've got three major arcana here. So this is kind of a major thing for some Virgos. Again, it'll be different for different Virgos, but you're feeling it. You've got something, as your eyes have been open to something. Um, but again, practical plan. What's on your mind this week? Six of Wands. So you may have people around you that are kind of recognizing, typically this is a kind of a card of celebration, and it's celebration of others, of you. It's someone else who's recognizing, hey, I see what you're doing, and I love what you're doing, and you're seen and you're appreciated, right? And that's just a good feeling. But that's kind of on your mind. And is it the motivator for this? And I almost get, again, I'm going to go back to politics. I feel like, is this a politician who has a really great idea and people are on your side and you're getting recognized for it? Again, that won't be the case for every, but it could be that you're running for some sort of office, or you're up for something at your job or in an organization that you're in, some sort of leadership skill, or leadership position. So interesting. What is just ahead of you this week is moving into the future very calmly with new thoughts and new ideas. So that goes right along with everything we're talking about right here. In your advice position is, okay, Nine of Swords. So whatever this is, it's keeping you up at night. It's something that's bothering you so much that you do want to do something about it. So you are going to have to find some sort of practicality in order to implement it, because whatever truth has come to you, it's keeping you up at night. And I don't think you're going to sleep until you at least find a way to uh, just put in whatever time needs to be put in that you feel like you can do to change whatever this is. So that's pretty powerful for you. And again, with three major arcana so far on the table, we might see another one come out. Anytime I see three or four, it is kind of a major thing for you. I don't see it as being kind of a mundane week. This is something, you've witnessed something that has changed you, and you want to do something about it. What is beyond your control? A little bit of debate here with the Five of Wands. So yeah, I mean, this could be inner debate, but also outer debate with other people, because even though you feel strongly, you're going to come up against people that feel a whole different way. Especially if this is something political. We all know how divided that world is in recent times. So, um, yeah, that's kind of beyond your control. Are you ready for that debate? Are you educated enough? Do you know? Have you taken the time to really research and understand everything about the thing that you're so passionate about? So make sure you're prepared, I think. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? 10 of Swords here. So is it your secret desire? A 10 is about an ending. And with this, I see it's an ending of certain thoughts. And if you have been changed because your eyes have been open, some sort of truth and judgment has come through, of course that changes you. And when these 10s happen, it makes space for the other things. So, I mean, it's bothering you enough to keep you up at night. This 10 is about ending. It's like you're not thinking your old way. Your eyes have been open to a new way of thinking. And so anytime we have 10s, it just opens up real estate for you to do that other thing, because you're not thinking this way anymore. It's just like a paradigm shift in your mind. What is in your outcome position is the Seven of Swords, which is about theft, hidden agenda. It can also be about being cunning or crafty. So, I are you running for office? Because That's kind of what I'm reading this. Again, tarot is a template, but I get that kind of feeling, like that there's some injustice that's happening around you. You're very upset, and it could just be something at work. Okay, something you've witnessed, you've seen. You're changing. It's keeping you up at night. You're going to make the changes. You're going to debate and fight really hard for it. Um, but in the end, you're going to have to be a little bit cunning and crafty to get your own agenda across. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you can understand that energy template, of course, some of you may be running for office. Some of you, it might be a work situation or a family situation that's taking on the same energy. But I do feel like it's an injustice that you want to do something about. You're not just going to quietly sit by and let it go on. Okay, what is hidden from you is the devil. Wow. So the devil is about false truths. This thing is a truth. I don't think this is the devil coming in to show you something that is not there. It's almost like you've like, I want to say, you've seen the light. You've seen the light somehow, Virgo. So go with it, whatever. Okay, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Virgo here that has seen the light and is ready to make the appropriate changes in the world to do something about it. Begin to explore. So yeah, begin to explore, and that might go back to this practical plan thing. Begin to explore someone who's a little more practical than you. You might just be on fire so much about this thing right now that you're hard to even talk to about it. How someone, if you learn something new and you're just like, you know what I heard, I do today, and then just you can't even get a word in, because we've all been there. We've all been that person. I'm getting that energy. All right, let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Besides, take a big, deep breath and have a bubble bath, Virgo, and calm down a little bit. It's all going to be okay eventually. Space is the card that you get. The quality of your life has more to do with what you remove from your life than what you add to it. Give yourself the gift of space. So do you have this awareness of something that you're going to remove that from your life? Remove it. There's that 10, right? Anytime we do that removal, it does open up the space for something else to get in there, right? It's like having a cup of water. You pour some out, now you've got some air in there that just replaces. So there's always something that comes in and replace. I'm just so curious to hear what this might be for some of you Virgos, that if you are comfortable sharing, please drop me a comment and let me know. Some of you are probably running for office. Some of you, you're outraged. I mean, I can feel your anxiety about it. You're mad about this thing. It's upsetting enough that you're wanting to change your way of thinking and change your life about it. And you have a dream about it. And of course, like I said, it needs a practical plan, and you might just need to partner up with someone else or other people to make that come to fruition. So Virgo, thank you so much for being here. I do hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Are you running for office? Is there something like this going on with you? It would be interesting to compare the notes of all the different Virgos to see what areas that this might lie in. So also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is very kind of you, and I appreciate that so much. So thank you so much for doing that in advance, and it'll help you find me next week. So come on back and let's see where this energy goes. So thanks so much, Virgo. Good luck with this, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.